keep shouting out that name is an enemy. And I told you he's an enemy. And you're going to keep shouting him out, not realizing you go there, you're dead. Because he did.
And then you're talking about, I don't want to, name specific names. You're talking about
Cemetery Larry, he in the cemetery.
Okay.
Cemetery Larry, I like that.
Cemetery. I got his raise right in the pocket. Now I got to give it to somebody else. Now I got to give everything he worked for, I got to give it to somebody else because the person he went with, he got to that shit. Time slot from him.
Okay.
Because they're not going to want to compete. Now they fired. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, they fired. You know what I mean?
So,
like, how his loyalty was.
Was there anything specifically, you said Rashad specifically, was there anything that he specifically did that let you know,
yes.
like, I really can't?
He kept shouting out the dude's name that was tanking our show.
Cemetery Larry.
Yeah, like, the dude didn't do nothing for you, dog. Your deal was done before he got here. First of all, real talk, he tried to fire you at the beginning of the season. He tried to fire you at the beginning of the season. That's why they was trying to, like, Skip was getting paid for 4 days. He was only there 3. One was going to be our show. And that was to replace him because they both contrarian. They both go against it. But they said Skip does it better. He don't cuss. He don't drop the N-bomb every other hour. So they're looking for these sponsors. So they're trying to fire you. Me and Joe standing on 10 toes. Nah, we good. We're good with our roster. We're number 1 with our roster. Right? So what they did is like, all right, well, Joe and Gil ain't breaking. Hey, Rashad, you want to go to the football? Yeah, come on, football on Friday. Yeah, do a little football. So he's going to jump on the football. Then they're like, hey, can Skip come on the show with you? We can do that on Friday too. Then they do an episode with Skip on Friday. And he's like, oh man, me and Skip. And so they did that to him.
Right.
But I'm like, yo, dude never did anything. Why are you going with dude? I told you we had beef and we had war. He's trying to take over Gil's arena. So you giving him 3 of them. I told you we beefing with him.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. If you've been following the latest basketball and sports media drama, then you already know the internet has been on fire and Gilbert Arenas just poured gasoline on it. This all comes right after the Ryan Clark conversation that already had fans debating everything happening around ESPN. But now the spotlight is shifted somewhere completely different. During his appearance on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, Gilbert opened up about what has allegedly been happening behind the scenes with Gil's arena, Underdog, and the business moves that have unfolded over the last several months. And trust me, once Rashad McCants fired back, things got even more interesting. Rashad didn't stay quiet for long. He jumped online and basically accused Gilbert of snaking him, saying if anybody thinks he's lying, bring him on the show because he has receipts to prove everything. Then he turned the temperature up another level by teasing that a Netflix-style documentary is loading, making it clear that there's much more to this story than people realize. He also claimed people were trying to damage his reputation with false narratives, while insisting the evidence would eventually speak for itself, adding laughing emojis along with graveyard emojis aimed at Cemetery Larry. Now, here's where I have to keep it completely real. Whether you agree with Gilbert or not, Cemetery Larry is eventually going to have to tell his side, because based on everything that's out there right now, the optics don't look good at all. I wasn't in those meetings, I wasn't in the group chats, and I'm definitely not pretending to know every detail behind closed doors. But if the situation unfolded exactly the way Gilbert described it, that's a tough look, and there's really no clean way to spin it. At the end of the day, facts matter more than emotions. According to Gilbert's version of events, this person was brought in by Underdog and immediately started pushing contract negotiations, around the same time the show's schedule was reportedly reduced to just 2 days a week. That's where people started asking questions, because Gil's Arena was already one of the biggest live basketball shows online, so changing the formula naturally raised eyebrows. Gilbert even suggested there were attempts to replace key people, and if that's true, you can understand why tensions would reach another level. Then comes the loyalty conversation, and honestly, this is where things get complicated. If the person who gave you an opportunity tells you there's someone actively working against the team, most people would expect you to move carefully. So if Gilbert really warned everyone that they were already beefing behind the scenes, publicly praising that same person afterward was always going to create problems. Whether that's fair or unfair is up for debate, but perception matters just as much as reality in this business. Podcasting isn't just about microphones and cameras anymore. There are sponsors, executives, contracts, partnerships, and plenty of behind-the-scenes politics that fans rarely get to see. That's exactly why this entire situation has become so fascinating to watch, because every new claim seems to reveal another layer of what's happening behind closed doors. And honestly, I don't think we've heard the full story yet. Gilbert also claimed that people were trying to reshape the culture of Gil's Arena. According to him, there were conversations about replacing talent, bringing in different sponsors, and steering the show in another direction after he originally built the platform. He even reminded everyone that he was the one who helped establish the show before eventually moving forward with Playmaker. Whether every detail is accurate remains to be seen, but those are some serious claims. Gilbert previously hinted that these changes weren't a surprise to him. He said he had conversations months earlier explaining exactly where things were heading, and Nick Young also suggested Gilbert had already predicted how everything would play out. Now, fans are waiting to hear from Brandon Jennings, Kenyon Martin, and anyone else connected to the situation because there are still a lot of unanswered questions. Until then, everyone is working with only one side of the story. As for Skip Bayless, opinions remain divided. Some people believe his experience adds value, while others argue viewers aren't tuning in for him alone anymore. Gilbert and Skip may have a good relationship personally, but chemistry on a podcast is a completely different conversation. At the end of the day, the audience usually decides who they actually want to watch. One thing that definitely caught people's attention was the reported reduction in the show's schedule. When a program appears to be gaining momentum but suddenly scales back from 5 days to 2 days, fans naturally start wondering what's happening behind the scenes. Sure, budgets and business decisions are part of the industry, but major changes almost always lead to speculation. That's just the reality of sports media today. The entire situation even reminds some people of past media disputes where companies tried expanding shows and increasing sponsorship revenue without matching that growth financially for the talent. I'm not claiming that's exactly what happened here, but it's easy to understand why viewers are making those comparisons. Corporate decisions often create friction when creative teams feel like they're being pushed aside. That's a story we've seen play out more than once. At the end of the day, loyalty is everything if the people who brought you into the room are being upfront with you. If they're warning you that someone is working against the team's interests, most people would expect that trust to mean something. I don't personally know everyone involved, so I'm not choosing sides until more information comes out. But one thing is certain, this story is far from over, and we'll be watching every update as it unfolds.
That's the opportunity to be able to show and prove as the #1 sports show on the internet, YouTube, everywhere else. Be able to show and prove.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Sports show on the internet.
They gave me the opportunity. I gave you the opportunity.
Ooh!